How you going? This is Wild West Aussie 1 at the recently renovated and restored Moana Chambers in the Hay Street Mall, and you can see the mall behind me and what goes on, and they have celebrated the history of this place and how it used to be a dining room for the top end of town. And some shady characters like Mr. Saul Epstein. And the most funny one that I can see is about the story of Charles Lewis, who set a illegal and unofficial speed record in a car in 1916 from Albany to Armidale, and he left the car outside the cafe where there's a big crowd and the police came along and arrested Lewis. So long before Fast and the Furious, we had street racing in Western Australia in 1916. Then the story of how in World War One the soldiers who were pissed off were being sent to a war that Australia shouldn't have been a part of, took it out on the top end of town and smashed up a number of places around Perth, eating their chocolates and smashing their shops up and that, because they felt their excuse was that it was Greek owned, but basically it was just some soldiers having to go at the top end of town for being sent off, a lot of them to their deaths, and not being happy about it and taking it out on the place. They said the guy was Greek, but in fact he was a Russian Jew. So there's all sorts of history here about who built it and who occupied it and who ran it, and it was especially funny the shit that the police pulled over the drinking laws and things like that, like illegally smuggling in alcohol and then planting it on people and other stupid shit like that. But I strongly encourage you to come down and have a read of the history of Moana Chambers for yourselves, because it's quite unbelievable and it shows you the wild edge that Perth has always had right back from the days of settlement. Like, Perth was wild. We need to make Perth wild again. This is Wild West Aussie 1 on the streets of Perth. See ya.